Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Chloe here. We're going to be taking a look at The Sky Left Us. This, I believe, is like an upcoming sci-fi visual novel. It was recently on Kickstarter. I did back this game on Kickstarter, full disclosure. I don't know much about this game, but we're going to get into it. Eons ago, a god was slain in the basin of the world, betrayed by one of her many children, an ungrateful son with a gambler's smile and hunter's eyes. From the wound in her side issued not blood, but a nauseous gray smoke that filled up the whole of the planet. The sky receded in fear, and the land swelled and writhed with agony, bursting up into the mountains. Zay became a dim purgatory of heights and depths. That music is loud. Okay. Or so says the author Ford in Zay, Myth and Mysticism on the Twilight Planet. It was one of maybe a dozen or so books that Zelly recommended before I digest before a trip. And by recommended, I mean bought them all and left them in a pile outside my door block underneath the flowing renner tree. Either the delivery drone malfunctioned, or the professor was annoyed and been late to the last three lectures. That and the general frenzy of finals and travel preparation. Okay, so right now I can just kind of say I don't like the placement of this text box here. I want it up a little bit more in the center. Like looking at games with other kind of text boxes and things like that, it's like a little bit off the ground. And I don't know, it feels like so claustrophobic down here and makes it a little bit hard to read. So experts disagree on exactly what caused the atmosphere on Zay to deteriorate so quickly and catastrophically. That's partly what Zelly and I are here to find out. I suppose it really could have been the fumes of some ancient goddess being stabbed in the armpit, but I'm not prepared to put money on it. Wow, look at the design. Look at how beautiful her looks look. It's so lovely. By the time the professor and I are finished, we intend to have the planet's mystery solved and the myth unraveled and its air breathable, and I'll finally have something half decent for a dissertation. A meteor shower just off the edge of Bayros' fifth moon puts us behind schedule, so when we arrive, we're on our 21st hour of travel. I can't sleep on shuttles, and Zelly gets grav sick, so we're doing even worse than me. The adjunct who meets me in the front hall is a nervous gaze. It bounces from my face to my hands to above my head and past me, very deliberately avoiding my eyes. She's dressed all in gray and white, sash, and collar stamped with the livery of the Halen household. You're several hours late. The weather was bad. You were in space. Space is weather. She purses her lips. I don't think she believes me. Zay doesn't have much outbound travel, and it took us months to get her visas approved. Leaving is ever harder. She's probably never been off this rock, let alone see the stars. I was told there would be two of you. Her voice bounces as nervously as her eyes. Mine rasps like it's being scraped over a cheese grater. 20 hours of recycled oxygen will do that. Professor Maelstrom isn't feeling well. They've gone straight to our hotel. The woman's face struggles to keep up its customer service smile. I wish Zelly was here. I wish I bothered to read any of the books on Zenesne social etiquette. I know I smell like the inside of a shuttle, but maybe it's worse than I thought. Maybe my translator is malfunctioning. She just keeps refusing to meet my eyes. Please follow me. I haven't been able to get on any sort of wireless network, so I have no idea what time it is. It's impossible to tell from the weather. The light here barely changes even on the peaks. I don't know if it's business hours. I don't know why she's bothering bringing me anywhere where Zelly is the one with 3 doctorates, but at the very least I'm expecting an office or some sort of administrative hub. Instead, we traverse several echoing hallways and a gallery hung with portraits all the way to an outdoor cocktail party. People say that Zay is drab, but all I see is soft, bright color. The dance floor is a spiraling mosaic, strawberries clipped into daring and practically impossible shapes. The dresses and jackets are buoyant with sheer flowing fabric bejeweled in gold. Fire leaps from braziers, and the eyes of the partygoers burn hot and hungry. My head swims. The work shining at the edges, the music echoing my head. It's mostly strings. A long canoe-shaped instrument up on a platform that requires few people to play. It's not loud, but it's vibrating through my head. I slide into an empty chair at the nearest table and pull in short, trembling breaths, willing nobody to notice me. The adjunct seems to have fled, duty done. Oh, you poor precious thing. A voice right in my ear sends another bolt of anger through my head. Shiro, come look at this. Slap at my tormentor's hand. Ouch! That's what you get for being a grabby little baby. The owner is handsome and poised. You okay? Twins. They're twins. Interesting. They're both looking at me avidly. I'm not sure who grabbed my face and who defended me. They both have similarly long painted nails. I realize that whatever I do, pull myself together, completely fall apart, they're going to witness me do it. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Hello? Chiro. I'm Cora. Spire. The Autosalian professor? You're a lot younger than I thought you'd be. Well, I'm not. I'm young. Or is 26 young? It can be. Depends on how fast you live. I mean, I'm not Professor Maelstrom. I'm their assistant. You're the Rezani heir. Really, they are. Don't you see it? You knew my mother? Not personally. She left before we were born. Auntie Pura knew her, though. Chiro, Cora, why are you circling our guests like crows at a funeral? Don't keep them all to yourselves. Oh, she's beautiful. Wow. We've got some weird headache. Priya Highland, the head divine of this mountain. The White Temple's the closest thing Zeh has to a planet-wide government. Zelia had explained it all to me more than once, but I hadn't given it the attention I'm beginning to realize it deserved, and now I don't know if I'm shaking hands with the queen of this mountain or the whole damn planet. I'm not a political scientist, I'm an environmental engineer. Our job is to set up cutting-edge tech to assist Zeh with their atmospheric anomalies so it can fully enter the modern galaxy. We are ambassadors. Ethnicity is relevant here. Oh, so I thought before this garden party, because that's what this is supposed to be, a garden. Well, yes, it's a garden. Yes, there's like water everywhere. Yes, it's a garden. Yes. We'll shake her hand and be respectful. Welcome to Peak Spire, Rasani. Welcome home at last. Thank you. How are you finding Zeh? I've been here for less than an hour. I haven't seen much and I really wasn't expecting all of this. All of this was for you. For me, and your companion. Of course, ideally you'd be permitted time to spruce yourself up a bit. Oh yeah, why am I apologizing? I hope you like what you've seen at the house and garden. I have. I mean, I like it personally. I think it's pretty. I think it's like this minimalistic garden and it's very pretty. I like that. I like how different it is. I like how there's cattails in a pot back there. Like, it's fancy. Meet Spire, heir to the broken house of Rasani, returned at last carrying gifts from beyond the stars. Well, I'm not exactly. Am I mistaken? Did I say something untrue? Not exactly, but she makes it sound glamorous, like a fairy tale. I'm the last of my mother's family as far as I know, and this is my first time in Zeh, and I do have the Clear Skies tech with me, so none of it is untrue, but it still has a ring of falseness to it. I hate how the Peakborn are looking at me, like I'm something shiny they could put around their necks or slip on their fingers. It's actually my advisor, Professor Maelstrom. They're the one who developed the tech. I'm just a graduate student. They're going to be the one clearing the air, doing the thing. I'm an assistant. Where are they? Oh, they're ill. Not seriously, it'll pass. They're just asleep. Stands to reason an off-worlder would get sick. There is no love for strangers. No, it's just grab sickness. It's not anything like, but it loves you, Rasani. The peak has welcomed you. You aren't our only guest this evening either. With the summit approaching, we're playing host envoys from all the way down in the deeps. There's a sunken boy around here somewhere. Ah, there we go. Come here, darling. A man of 40. Oh, no. A sunken is a citizen of the Haze, the densely populated zone between the Peakborn's Clear and the no man's land of the Miasma. I feel an immediate tug for sympathy. The man doesn't participate in the conversation. Of course you'll stay the night here, won't you? It's so very late. So, like, is he a slave? In the meantime, would you care to dance? My head is spinning. Come on, Auntie Pyra. They don't want to dance with you. You're old. I'm pretty sure it was Coro had spoken, but it might be Chiro that I was dancing with. Are you alright? I find you charming, off-worlder, but if you vomit on me, I'll drop you. Drop me? Drop you. I don't know how to dance. I can tell I don't care. I'm sorry about my aunt. She loves the spectacle. And you don't. Maybe you aren't as useless as you look. Do I really look that useless? I suppose it depends on what the job is that needs done. You were certainly worthless at the Angalian waltz. I told you I couldn't dance. You're right, I do love a spectacle, but Auntie Pybra only has a nose for industry. She wants her spectacles to lead to something, and this are a means to an end. And your spectacles, I don't need the fire to keep me warm, I just like to watch it burn. The seething fog of the veil spins above me, the voices rise and fall, and the weight of the future settles in heavily. It seemed so clear and certain only a few hours ago, but has now become as tumultuous and miasmic as the seething atmosphere. There are gears here I can't grasp, I can barely see them. I spin across the floor, feeling the deep water encroaching, rising to snip at my ankles. Soon it will swallow me whole. Oh, that's... Dang, guys, we've been playing a string of very, very short demos lately. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that's a really interesting kind of world set up there. It seems like there's a lot of lore. And it seems like the person that we're playing as, they are they're descendant of like a former queen or something. They were a descendant of somebody who previously lived on that planet. And it sounds like we're there to do pollution. So since we've got time, friends, let's go ahead and let's take a look at like what the full game is actually supposed to feature, because I don't think that you're going to get a good sense of that just from playing this demo, unfortunately here. So let me go ahead and pull up the itch.io page. Okay. Alrighty, so this is the itch.io page. So, from the deepest miasma to the shimmering veil, everything is in its place. The peak-born rule, the sunken toil, and the unborn trade. But Clear Skies technology could rewrite the atmosphere and with it the culture of Planet Zay. It all depends on how you use it. So the Sky Left Us is a sci-fi visual novel about climate change, classism, and how relationships shape our politics. Play as Spire Ryzen, an off-worlder scientist who becomes entangled in the drama of a mountain they came here to save. Fall in with the denizens of the three castes and find that things are more complicated than they seem, be it love, family, or the systems that shape us. Interesting. This is a demo that features the opening sequence. So this is only the opening sequence. So Ryzen, I believe, is, they use they, them. Oh, yeah, they are non-binary. So they are non-binary protagonists. So that's interesting. So the story is going to have 4 routes and 1 true route exploring the Spire's relationships with the denizens of the Say. There's going to be 2 stretch goal routes, which will be included in the Kickstarter. I'm not going to pop over to the Kickstarter page to check that out. No mechanical bells and whistles, just quality writing and critical choices, a killer soundtrack, and multiple endings for each route. And then these are the route characters. Very cool. So we've got the painter, we've got Nadia, we've got Rowan, we've got Breeze, the windy kid. Oh, they're cool. They seem cool. Caught up with pirates, huh? Revolutionary Leor. Oh, I like him. I like him. The idol, Serene. The air after the storm. A lot of non-binary protagonists. We've got V, the diver, and then we've got Indigo and Avery. And I think that this is like a this is like a polyamorous route that you can choose. So that is really cool. So if you guys want to check out this game, I will leave a link to the demo in the description for you down below if you want to like just try it out for yourself for some reason. But it seems pretty limited in terms of what you can explore. Otherwise, I will leave a link to the developer, their Twitter account, where you can follow the development. And yeah, I think that this is a really cool game. It definitely has like beautiful backgrounds here. I really enjoy them. It's got a very interesting sort of cast system and setup. I think before I get into actually this opening sequence of us landing on a planet, I would much rather prefer to have more background about Ryzen, since they are the main character. And I would like to kind of get to know them a little bit more before we throw them in a situation where they're uncomfortable. Because I know it sounds stupid, but they come across as like, they didn't read anything about the planet, and then they come here, and they're coming across as a little bit, if you know what I mean. They're coming across as just like a little bit, not just like ignorant, but of like the customs and things here, but it seemed like they kind of don't care, and they come across as a little tiny bit standoffish. But I think that they've got like an interesting story and an interesting backstory. So I would actually like to see that more before we actually show up on the planet. I don't know if they're planning on rewriting the opening sequence, but that's just kind of my one major criticism, is that I just want to know more about the main character before I'm thrust into their shoes. But otherwise, really, really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing the final game. So that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, please leave a like. It really does help the channel out. Also consider subscribing. And when you subscribe, be sure to hit the notifications bell so you get updates when I upload future episodes. Without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Bye! I'd like to give a very special shout out and thanks to my patrons, AceWolf741, Deep Dive Dylan, Brian White, Deevil J, Caleb Putnam, Robin Harper, Bob Conway, and Cody Webb.